Welcome to the Adhvaitha Decoding Reality podcast. Today's topic is God and the universe. We will talk about the two important concepts of Nimitha Karana and Upadhana Karana, which will explain to us about the nature of the manifested reality and the nature of God. So make sure to watch this video till the end to understand how Vedanta explains God and how Vedanta explains this universe. First, what we need to realize is that for anything to exist, for any object to come into existence, there needs to be two things. One is Upadhana Karana, which is a material cause. Second is Nimitha Karana, which is an efficient cause. To give you an example, if we take a pot which is made up of clay, the Upadhana Karana or the material cause for this pot is clay, and the Nimitta Karana, which is the efficient cause, is the intelligence and the skill of the potter, who with his effort, with his skill, designs the pot and actually creates the pot. So we can look at many examples here. We can look at a chair, we can look at a table, we can look at jewelry. For all of these things to exist, there needs to be, first of all, the material in which it is made of, and then there needs to be a creator who, through his skill, has created the product or the object. So, this is how we can understand many objects within this universe. But what about the universe itself? And what about God? Many atheists and many scientists talk about this and they ask this very question. If God has created this universe, then who created God? What was there before God? This is the question that we hear often. So let us try to go a little deep in order to find an answer to this question. But first, let us look at this verse from the Chandogya Upanishad, which says, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, which translates to this whole universe is God alone or Brahman alone. This sentence is pointing towards the essential nature of reality, which we will understand by the end of this video. But before that, let us look at an example to understand this reality. This example is of the dream. Now, we all dream different dreams when we go to sleep. We do this every single day. And when we are within our dreams, we are a different person. We are the dream ego, which is temporarily experiencing the dream world. So, within our dreams, we experience many things. We talk to different people, we interact with the dream world. Maybe we walk in the forest, we climb a mountain, we play with different animals. So, a lot of things may happen within the dream. Now, imagine when you are within the dream, someone comes to you and says, you are not who you think you are. You are not this ego which is temporarily having this experience in the dream world. There is someone else or there is something else outside of this dream within which this dream is being projected. There is a mind which is outside of this dream world within which the dream is being projected. And me, you, the animals, roads, the sky, the plants and trees, all of these things are essentially made of the same substance. And the duality that you are perceiving right now is an illusion. Now, within the dream, when someone says this, it may not make a lot of sense. But what happens once you wake up from the dream world? And once you wake up to this waking reality, you will then realize that what that person was telling you within that dream was actually true. The dream was a kind of illusion. It was a temporary projection and a temporary experience. Your dream ego was not and is not who you truly are. Now, this is how we need to understand the nature of this universe also. Although the universe appears to exist, although there is apparent duality in this world, and me, you, this world all around us, they all seem like they are apart from us and they're separate from us. In reality, this is not true. This is simply the veil of Maya as explained by Vedanta. And once we pierce this veil and once we truly understand the nature of reality, we realize that this universe is one and there is absolute unity in this existence. And this universe itself, the efficient cause, the material cause, are both the same. Vedanta explains when it comes to God and the universe, there is no difference between the material cause and the efficient cause. So, the Upadhana Karana and the Nimitha Karana, when it comes to the creation of the universe and God Himself, are both the same. It is God alone. Now imagine if there was a pure intelligence before the creation of the universe, and that pure intelligence was the only thing that exists, and that pure intelligence or pure consciousness was within which the universe was created or projected, then the substance of the universe could not have been anything apart from that pure consciousness, since it was the only thing that existed. So that is how we need to look at this universe, and that is how we need to understand this universe. This universe is God alone. This world is God alone. All the animals, plants, trees, rocks, you and me, all of it is God alone. There is nothing apart from God. This is the teaching of Adhvaitha Vedanta. So, that absolute infinite, which is God, has projected within itself the universe, and through the universe, that absolute infinite God exists in infinite number of ways. As a plant, as a tree, as an animal, as a bird, God experiences itself in infinite number of ways. Now, what we need to do with this understanding is that we should come out of our identification with the ego, and we need to come out of the identification with this body and mind. By doing so, we will realize ourselves to be that infinite intelligence, that infinite consciousness that existed before the creation of the universe and which will continue to exist after the dissolution of the universe. Once we realize ourselves to be that infinite pure consciousness, we will come out of our suffering once and forever, and we will attain absolute fulfillment. This is the promise of the ancient Upanishads of India. So, to summarize, what we need to understand is when it comes to God and the universe, the Upadhana Karana and the Nimitha Karana are the same. It is God alone. And the best way to understand this reality is through the understanding of the example of the dream. Just like when we dream, we unconsciously identify ourselves to be that dream ego which is within the dream, and we will think there is a separation between our dream ego and the people around us in the dream world. But once we wake up, we realize that every person, every animal, and the world that was created within the dream was simply a projection of the mind. This reality, this waking reality, and this universe also is simply a projection in God or that pure consciousness. And all of us at the deepest level are one with God. It is God alone which is having this experience as an individual. So, this is how we need to understand God and the universe through the teachings of Advaita Vedanta. I hope this was valuable to you. If you want to go deeper into these concepts about God and the nature of universe, you can check out my book Decoding God on Amazon.